Hello, my friends. I'm back once again to continue on my discussion about love in the heart. How can we move forward from here? I have said a lot of things about love and the heart, what the counterfeit love is doing to us, is deterring us from moving forward with our love. Because if we feel that, or we experience love that's counterfeit, that really doesn't empower us or make us feel any particular way. We don't feel peaceful. We don't feel that we want to be empathetic to the needs of others, that we want to understand people. Then the counterfeit love that's being circulated is diluting our genuine love or our desire to express genuine love. Because genuine love is vastly different than counterfeit love. Let's see, what are the differences between counterfeit and genuine love? Well, like I just said, genuine love has the ability to make us feel at peace, make us feel joyous, make us feel like we have purpose, that we want to do things, that we can make an impact, that we are enabled to use love like it is ours. Imagine you had a bunch of money in the bank, but you don't feel that you're entitled to use it. What good is it? But when you have money in the bank and you know it's yours, you can use it at will, as you see fit. That is power. Love is no different. Love with your confidence in its ability to be yours, that you're using it at your will, at your pleasure, makes it formidable. It's not easily defeated and would only get stronger as you utilize it more and more. So let's see how we can do this. We need to make it stronger day by day, minute by minute. We have to increase our knowledge and understanding of how this power, because love is a power that enables us to do what needs to be done. You see somebody that's in distress, you can do something about that. You see somebody that's sick, you can help them. You see somebody imprisoned by their addictions, or somebody's devilish will to enslave you to do what they want you to do. And what I'm referring to is prostitution and sexual crimes that people are forced to engage in. Not because they want to do it so they can make money. They are an implement to somebody else's desires to use them, which is a terrible thing. One human trying to enslave another is as despicable of a thing that there is to contemplate that a human can do. You should not want to do that. I mean, we come up with a cute word of somebody that does this, we call him a pimp. And we make fun of it and we laugh at it and we can be amused by it. But when you're on the slave end of it, it's not such a pleasure to be a sex slave on the behest of others. So if you see that, you can see the other things. You could be a drug abuser yourself, an addict, maybe a casual addict that dabbles in marijuana, amphetamines, cocaine, heroin, whatever. And you feel that you're in control. And you do this drug and you keep on doing this drug and you find yourself that you can't stop doing this drug no more. Now it was a very subtle progression from casual drug use to the point where you can't stop, and you can't exert your will as you wish. You always have in the back of the mind, oh, I need to get some more. I gotta go see the guy. I gotta find money to buy it. Slowly but surely, you're giving up your control, and you don't find it as pleasurable as it once did. And you can't find your way to break away from it. You need help. And who's gonna help you? Some weak guy on the corner? Some weak trillionaire, billionaire? The Princess of Arabia? The King of England? Or any other person of great wealth and power? They're not concerned about your enslavement. They really don't. I have no money, I have no power, but I'm concerned about your enslavement. If I had my way, my will, I would free you. And in my own way, I am trying to free you. And free myself. Because one thing's for sure, if you're eating a plate full of food, you have a plate of food right in front of you, and you're eating, you will never say that you're hungry, as long as that plate is there. And as long as you're loving and doing things for others, you're not going to be deficient. Because as you're giving, you have assets, and you have ability, and you have a will to get something done, something that perhaps is greater than what you could possibly do. But you're not alone. Love does not leave you alone. Love is an association. All love is connected. Think about it. Is my love connected to your love? Is your love vastly different from my love? Yes, if it's counterfeit, if you have subscribed to what the counterfeit definition of love is, things that you understand to have great importance to you. That's why nowadays we can easily say that we love cars, we love foods, we love places, we love all kind of things, just as easily as we can say that we love a person or love a living creature. But once you separate something that is alive and you have affection for it, you want to care for it, you want to understand it, you want to give it affection, you want to be around it, you want to teach it, it's a whole different ball game than just admiring it. Whether it's an inanimate object or even a person. Because we can love people for what they do for us and not for what we can do for them. And that is the difference. Love is a two-way street. As you love, you're loved back. Inanimate things will never love you back. People that you buy to love you may like you a lot, but they will never put their whole being of love into it as somebody that is genuinely loving you. So that's a big difference. There is a big difference between genuine and counterfeit. And we got to understand that clearly. Because if we don't, we're not going to move forward. We're not going to get more powerful if you believe in counterfeit love. It's not going to get you anywhere. You're just spinning your wheels. You seem like you're moving forward because the wheels are spinning and you hear the power going through those wheels and you hear them grinding away, trying to move you forward, but you can't because it's not genuine. You want traction, right? If you have traction, you can move forward. So we got to implement those things that we know in our regular lives, in our regular 5 sense existence, right? We understand science. We understand 1 and 1 is 2. We understand those basics. We understand that oxygen and a spark will cause and fuel will cause a fire. If you have those three components, a fire can't exist. You take any of the three components away, you can't have a fire. So if you want a fire, a good fire, one that will empower you, that'll give you some successes. Because one of the best things that will move you forward is successes. If you start applying your love and you start seeing success, you will move forward even further. You will want to grow more. You'll get more adventurous with your love, and it'll get more powerful. So let's take the little steps that we need to take. Let's get clear on what counterfeit love is and what genuine love is. Now, genuine love is only one source. Now, this is where things get contentious and divided about religious and non-religious concepts. Now, I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, there is no difference between love and God. I think they're synonymous. There's no difference between the light that God provides us and the love that we have. They're synonymous in many ways. There are differences for sure. Otherwise, why have three different words? We'll have to delve into these things deeper and deeper. But first, before we could get into anything deeper, I gotta hold you here to this video camera to look at me, to hear what I'm got to say. And I gotta say something worthy of being heard. Now, goodness is something that you can see anywhere and appreciate it. Goodness is something that is evident. Right? When I see somebody fall on the ground and I go assist them, that is goodness. You see it. And anybody that sees me doing that, helping, assisting someone, will say, hey, that's good. When you see a teacher sitting in a classroom with students that are not getting their lesson plans and they're spending extra time and teaching and pulling from within inside them the best that they got to get across difficult subjects that some children find difficult to understand. But some teachers go deep inside themselves and pull out that extra special substance that allows them to get across. That could be you. I don't know if you're that teacher. I don't know if you're that parent that wants to go the extra mile for your child. To take the time, to invest the time, to teach them well, to enjoy life with them, laugh with them, joke with them, sing with them, dance with them, invent with them, dream with them. Those are all good things. And we could only do them because we are wanting to do good. Now that word good is a very elusive word. If I ask a lot of people what good is, I think I will probably come up with, from 100 people, 100 different answers of what good is. I think we need to get that narrower, that down a lot more. So that when I ask someone what good is, they'll say it's this. And if I ask that other person, they'll say the same thing because they understand it the same way. I mean, because we tend as human beings to kind of like mishmash words back and forth so that they lose their original meaning. And I think that love and goodness are two of those words. Those words that have a precise meaning, that have precise outcomes when you utilize the forces involved, should be predictable. Right? If I take my time with somebody that has been lost, somebody that has gone down the wrong way, and no one feels that they have the power to alter that path that that person has taken, where would we be? I wasn't always this good person that I'm trying to portray myself to be today. I was a very shallow person that wasn't taught well. I wasn't taught the consequences of doing bad things, because there's always two consequences when you do bad things. One is the scorn of other human beings that know when you do bad things what they think of you, and then there's the consequence of what goes around comes around. And in religious circles they'll say you reap what you sow. You'll get back what you plant in the soil. Like a seed, you put a peanut seed into the ground, or whatever, an apple seed into the ground, you'll get an apple tree and it'll grow apples. Same thing with love. You put a good seed in there where you put good basics into whatever you're putting in, whether it's a child, a friend, a family member, or even an enemy. You're putting in things into that person, and you're hoping that those good things, the basic things that you put in there, grow and take root and become good things, even bigger things, even gigantic trees of good things, metaphorically. And when I say metaphorically, a lot of you intellectuals will definitely know what I mean. But if you're not intellectual and I say metaphorically, what do you think I mean? You have no idea. I'm saying one word to describe a whole range of things that it represents. And that's what metaphorically means. If you ever heard of this book called the Bible, it talks a lot of things in a metaphorical sense. Sorry, I am not the intellectual that I portray myself to be. I am not. Excuse the airplay, but this is commerce. This is New York City, and you will hear things like that. And I'm not trying to hide any of the truth that goes involved with any endeavor that you take. There's noise. There's always noise. You're trying to do a good thing, and there's someone trying to distract you with their noise, to confuse and misdirect you. But it doesn't change the fact of what you're trying to do. Now, you need to, as well as I do, be laser focused in our concentration to be effective. And we can be effective. I would like to see us grow together and do fantastic things in this world. This world hasn't really had a big shakeup by the goodness of people with love in their hearts. Ever. I don't think so. There's been little bits and pieces here and there where goodness triumphs in pockets, but never in a big grand scale of what I envision. I envision a grand scale push for that love and the goodness in hearts flourishes and grows and be like a chain reaction. similar to that of a nuclear reaction. But once it gets started, it's hard to stop it. It's hard to contain it. Because if you know anything about science, you will know that for every action, there is a complete and opposite reaction. So how's that important to us? As people that want to move forward, to be good and have good hearts and love in our hearts, how does that play into it? Well, there is an answer to that. And it takes a lot of thought and contemplation to be able to verbalize and teach such things. Now, I've gone through a lot of different things in this last 10 minutes maybe, and that is a whole different subject. It could be a whole discipline. So I can't just blurt it out right now, but it's in the works. It's something that is coming, and hopefully it'll be part of our arsenal. But remember, we get all our energy and power from our goodness, and our goodness comes from God, and God gives us love, and love wants to kind of embed itself in our hearts. It wants to be firm in a place. It wants to have a home within you and within me. And we need to move toward that and kind of understand that it's not an easy thing. There's going to be a lot of things that love is going to do within your heart as you search it. It's going to put people in your path. People are going to give you bits of information here and there, and they're going to build a picture in your mind that you can move forward with. So this is it for today, because it seems like the airplanes want to drown me out. So I won't let it happen. So until next time, we'll see you.